What a fun way to start a concert. What do y'all think? Yeah? What do you think, 6th grade? Yes? You know, there's some concerts where you're like, shh, sit properly. And we were like, no, if you love it, you should let me know. And so, thank you guys. How about one more round of applause for our high school jazz band? Okay, I do have a few things to announce. First of all, welcome to our 2025 Christmas concert that includes our high school jazz band, high school consolidated concert band, and our 6th grade awesome beginner band. And honestly, all these kids are really wonderful children. We love working with them every day. There's a few that I would like to, on behalf of the music program and the band program, acknowledge that tried out for All Region Jazz. And so I think this is a really good time to point those those students out and show appreciation for all their hard work and what they've achieved. So if you hear your name, either wave or please stand up. Okay, these are our junior high students that were involved that tried out for All Region Jazz. And these students either they tried out and in some form or manner made either an alternate or achieved participation in the band fully. So these are our students who made this year. On alto saxophone, Layla Aubrey. Stand up or wave. And or both. Very good. On trumpet, Abel Duvall. Abel Duvall on trumpet. On trombone, Alec Hayward. Yep, wave to the crowd, yes. And on drum set, we have Eleanor Clark. Wonderful. There are 8th graders that made it, and we'll be announcing those, I'm sure, at the 8th grade concert on Thursday. On high school tryouts, the following students made and or are alternate positions. Bass trombone, Thomas Ross. And guitar, Kendall Vlosky. And on drum set, Bryson Bain. Now there's 2 students that are eligible. Once you guys will learn, what's really neat is trying out for All Region will lend your way and lead you into looking at scholarship opportunities. And these students are well on their way. Both of these students that I'm about to announce are state eligible to try out for the All-State Jazz Band. And this is on Barry sax, which you heard earlier soloing, Miles Wheat. And on drum set, Cosmo Wiley. Okay, now this is going to be one of those nights where you kind of get to see an inside look at what we do every day, which is why my hair is very gray at this point in my life. Okay, we are going to have many working parts. Please have patience during this time. Our high school group that's on the stage is going to be warming up and setting up. We're going to strip the jazz band set off the stage, and then I have a feeling that Mr. West has an announcement also.
Yeah, that's about, I gotta raise it up. I just want to reiterate to everybody here from Greenwood, Arkansas, how special it is to have students that are unafraid to humiliate themselves inside of growth. And I'm going to pick on Miles for just a second because he's the first chair, first band, Barry sax player in the region, and he just learned that altissimo note 30 seconds before he came onto this stage. And for all of you out there that go, one day I want to get up there and do that, remember this word, scales. That's the only way. Okay? They're awesome. They're so much fun. All right, we're going to get this changed over real quick. Hold on, we'll be right back. sorry. I was just so excited to get to playing that I completely forgot. So while we wait for the next piece and let percussion do all their things, if you have a kiddo on stage and you want to come up and take a picture real quick, Mr. Gerald's going to turn on the house lights for about 45 seconds for y'all to come get pictures. And I'll give another opportunity. Oh. All right, if you want to get pictures real quick while they change over, come on.
Okay. That's a fun tradition. It's really neat to be able to go back and see those pictures, especially when you're keeping track of them from year to year. When we start in 6th grade and they progress all the way and they graduate. I know I've seen some mamas with their kiddos graduating and they've posted all the years, and it's really kind of neat to have that to go back and just kind of see. Of course, mine came out and they were like that big, and you know what I mean? You flip the thing up and yeah, that was our camera. Anyway, we are moving on. Well, the first song we played was just a small selection from A Home Alone Christmas, if that's something that might be familiar to you. Honestly, my favorite part of the whole movie, I always wanted to be Kevin whenever I was like booby-trapped in the house, and I think I probably did, and my parents might have been angry at me. And so that was kind of the theme from what in Home Alone, where he was setting up the house to protect his house. And so the next piece we're going to play is titled A Solitary Wish. It's written by Brian Balmages. And this piece kind of really depicts, I think, the spirit of Christmas. through his eyes and his experience, he had met a person that I think he said he was shopping at Target and someone was asking for help. And he sat down with that person, got to know that person, and was inspired to write the song based on just reaching out to people, especially during Christmas, with it being, for many people, a hard time of the year. And so this is A Solitary Wish. Again, we want to thank all of you guys for showing up. Honestly, it's a really neat tradition because 6th grade did not used to perform on the same night as our high schoolers. But honestly, it is so essential that they're able to see and hear the opportunities that you guys are going to have in the future. Okay, because if you haven't heard your instrument or found it, see if you can find it now. This is going to be you guys in just a short few years. My children here in the next 2 years are going to be on stage, and I'll be like a bobbling mess crying when I see their concerts and stuff. So just ignore the guy crying over in the corner. I've gotten that way. I used to be really proud and like, nope, not gonna cry. But now I'm like, I just like, whatever. Okay, and so, so thank you for your patience, and we hope you like what you've heard tonight so far. A really neat part of the performance tonight and the tradition that we're starting is about to be in the next phase. We will do one more song. I'll end with this, Deck the Halls by James Kernow. And we wish you Merry Christmas, Mr. West.
Before we do our last piece, I would ask that all senior ensemble members, please come on up here. I have your ornament. All seniors, come on. Also, just like to point out that these kids up here put in a 20-hour day on Saturday supporting the football team. They turned around in like 8 hours of sleep, came to school on Monday, did a Christmas parade, got another 3 hours of sleep, and then they showed up for a Christmas concert. Can we give them a round of applause? Before I dismiss them back to their seats, it's important for me to explain. You know, I'm a big culture person. There has to be a culture of excellence in order for there to actually be excellence. And the only way that happens is when these guys are playing for something. And before we came out, I told them, I want you to look in the face of every one of those 6th graders out there. Every note that you play, every dynamic, every articulation, every moment of that ensemble, you're not playing to them, you're playing to you 6 years ago. Because those kids right there are one day going to stand on this stage and have the exact same exchange. And that is how you build culture. I am so sorry about the seating. I have like 50 messages just telling me I'm the worst ever for scheduling this, and I'm so sorry. But it's more important to me that those kids get to want to be a future Bulldog like these kids.
Thank you all so much. At this point, we're going to transition to the sixth grade portion of the concert. So y'all hold tight. Y'all are awesome. Hold tight, grab a seat, and we'll let you know when it's time to move, okay?